Friends, good morning. In the last few weeks and days, many disturbing events have taken place. First foremost was relating to some judgments, two famous cases, one Nithari Kand, where dozens of children, young children, were mutilated and murdered. Second case in Modinagar bus Kand, where terrorists who killed more than a dozen people were let free for want of proper proof or investigation. The question we are discussing today is: a society depends on law. Law makes a law-abiding society if law is interpreted correctly, law is implemented correctly, and people who need to understand it, they are made enlightened, or they are told all about laws which are needed in a proper way. Today, the biggest problem which has come is that powerful and influential famous cases of chief ministers caught in various ghotalas, coming out, conversing, doing everything. Why? If a common man is barred from certain activities, why such high-level people, ministers, chief ministers, lawmakers, are allowed to take liberty and present themselves as a bad example to the society, to the youth particularly? Therefore, the question which we are discussing is that from time immemorial, people have tried to make laws, define laws, implement laws. And there have been cases in history from beginning where the innocent suffered. Raja Harishchandra was put to task of going to the mortuary and burning grounds for dead, and made to pay for whatnot, all type of things, just in the name of testing. Why? Why those who made such laws and allowed such laws were not chastised at that particular moment? Come down and see the case what happened to Hastinapur. For various inadequacies prevalent in the time, the evil mongers, the evil minded, made two groups fight and made millions die. Come today, the criminals of high order become ministers, prime ministers, presidents, and if they are allowed to make laws and implement laws, then what will happen to the society? But worst is law agencies, the people who are empowered to define, implement, and take necessary actions for correctness of the law, themselves express their helplessness. In the judgment for Nithari Kand, while the culprits were even given death sentences, they were made free. But in the terrorist cases, they are let free, and judge himself makes remarks saying, we are doing it with a heavy heart because the proofs presented, or the arguments presented, or the facts presented do not help in making the final judgment while the lawyers were asking for death. The question we are discussing is not just the law. Law says 100 criminals may escape, but one innocent should not get punished. But what about the criminals who make the innocent life living difficult? You let 100 criminals go and make the life of thousands of innocent miserable in the name of not letting one innocent suffer. Wonderful. Your law definition, your law implementation, your investigation, all are very great. Where does the common man go, who has no power to make laws, who has no power to implement laws, who has no power to define laws, is helpless and only bears the consequences of incompetence. We call it incompetence because if somebody is the source of killing or murdering, if such a person is let loose, what will happen to the society? It is the duty of those who are making judgment and implementing laws to think and work for. Therefore, today we are raising a question on inadequacies of law. First, laws probably need to be relooked at many, and wherever the failure takes place, there should be a clause to relook at it. There was a case in Delhi where a government officer was killed while coming home by some goons in the name of jihad, in the name of riots. If riots take place, does it give freedom to criminals to escape? Why should not the law agencies catch everyone and implement whatever is necessary to ensure that they will not do it again? Therefore, what we are requesting today is, it is for the whole society. There are efforts going on to make people enlightened about laws, but there are more people who misuse laws than the people who properly implement or interpret laws. Our request is everyone involved in law, defining, interpreting, implementing, should not just go by money or by the allurement of benefits, but should look at in a long way as a moral responsibility to ensure that criminals don't escape and create havoc in the society, because common man, helpless, has no power to either define or interpret or implement laws. We once again request all those who are involved in lawmaking, law defining, law implementing, law interpreting to kindly consider the common man and that one innocent who is going to be killed or suffer in the name of trying to save one innocent. Don't make the failure of investigating agencies, law defining agencies, law interpreting agencies as the cause for criminals to escape. God bless all. Thank you very much.